Ready? Welcome to Pants. Guess what day it is? Sunday, you fool. Welcome. Have you got your pants on? Oh, I see you. See your pants. Nice pants. I don't know about the. You should change those pants. I don't know about those pants, but maybe next time. More pants. More pantsier pants. I like the effort though. Welcome to Pants. Let me tell you why you're here. I had to make a boss move yesterday. I was making short, and then the short was about something that I had written down, and as I was reading it in short form, I realized the legs are growing. It's got legs, so should put some pants on it. Here we are. Still don't have a microphone yet. Haven't had time to do that part yet. And this seems to be efficient enough at the moment. Okay, let's go on. I'm not ready to do this. I had to make another boss decision because it's like time is moving on, and so just get to it. Put some things on wax, and then you can cut it down later, like this. So what I started doing yesterday was I was reading this thing that I wrote. The concept of this, the term "be your own boss." You've heard this before in life. It's usually like a motivational type thing, or like saying, encouraging you to go after your dreams or something like that. Could be your own boss, and that's great. But then there's other parts of it that I've just been realizing, because as you know, a big part of this is noticing oneself and the different types of pants one finds oneself wearing, given the occasion. And so, what does it mean to be the boss who wears the pants? You know what I mean? Because someone is wearing them. You are. Ultimately, you're the boss. So it's not a question of who could you be your own boss? It's what kind of a boss are you? That's what it is. Because you already are. But so now let's break it down. That's what the purpose of this video is. So let me shed some light on your boss pants. Because I was realizing some things about myself, and then it just kind of snowballed in some other things I was realizing. Like even doing this right now is making room for this whatever version of this self we're gonna refer uh, to do what it does, to talk to you, and to kind of get the thoughts out. And then another version of myself later, the editing version, that's probably closer to the boss version. We'll get back there. That one then has to make some decisions. But right now, the rest of the organization has to come together to make sure that the one wearing the pants at the appropriate time is got their pants on. Otherwise, well, Okay, so we're getting way out there now, but that's why this is not a short video. Thank you for watching, because I think this is kind of important and interesting. So I was gonna just read some of what I wrote, but now that I've been thinking about it more, it's kind of just an outline of what I want to talk about. But I'll read some things to you from here. I started out by just saying, what does it mean to be your own boss? So what can that look like? And because man, I realized that I wrote this at like 6 in the morning. I woke up on a Saturday morning and I didn't have to work. Um, and then these thoughts occurred to me. You already give away your time on someone else's schedule. If you have a regular, like a 9 to 5 job, if you work for an organization right now, a company, if you work for a boss, if you have a boss other than yourself, like for your job, you work based on their schedule. on their goals. You know, you're following their mission, and you do that because there's immediate gratification. Your paycheck, they pay you. There's an agreement in place that if you do this, you get this at this time regularly. So the same exists in your relationship as your own boss. It's just not immediate all the time, oftentimes, but you are going to get paid one way or another for what you put in, for your value. Um, it's just there's not an expressed agreement, but if you pay attention, which I'm now learning to do, which is what we're learning to do together on Sunday nights, there isn't an expressed agreement in place, but you're going to notice you've got one. It's developed. Uh, and so now we're going to talk about, how we can, how to notice that. I'm leaning forward in this because I'm excited about this subject. No, so I'm kind of trying to speed through this because I understand as this part of the organization that there's another part later that's going to still me. I've got to go later and edit this, so I want to take care of my own time later on. This is all part of it. You think that they're just things that you do, like waking up on a Saturday morning at 6 o'clock and doing something for yourself, where you could just sleep in because sleep is wonderful. I love it. There's dreams in there, but there's dreams out here too, and like the life that you're aspiring to, or you're dreaming about, or you're building for yourself right now, that's also wonderful, and there's plenty of sleep over there too. So can you commit to yourself the same way that you do to your job? Can you give yourself 9 to 5, or whatever, 6 to 11? I don't know when you go to sleep and wake up, but can you give yourself some real committed time? Because you're doing it anyway. So that's where it goes back to, like, what kind of a boss are you? Are you the boss that's like, I have to keep this here? Are you the kind of boss that's like, oh, it doesn't matter if any of this gets done ever? Go back to sleep. And then when something isn't done, you just get mad and go, what happened? What went wrong? Who didn't do what? Maybe you're still angry at yourself, or you just, you've caused these problems for yourself. You don't realize them, but it's because you made the wrong boss decision, or you made the decision and then you see the outcome. So now it's like, you're doing this regularly. But now this is where the fun part comes in. Realizing that you're the boss is you get to make decisions that move the organization, you, and your life. Uh, and then you get to see the results and you get to refine them. And it feels better too when you shift things like what went wrong or who didn't do what, to go like what happened and where did the system break down, and then where can we repair so the next time that doesn't happen. It's fun. um Gee golly, I didn't write any of this stuff. I mean, kind of loosely. There's another thing I wrote down is like, think about how, like, whatever the company is, the job that you have now, they have a goal, whatever it is, they have a mission. Your company could be to make delicious, refreshing beverages with 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 carbs. I mean, come on. How can that be real? I can hardly believe it. Mission accomplished, I'd say. That doesn't mean stop though. Continue your mission. Give me the monies. Uh, that's your mission. This is the company you work for, even if you're just in accounting in this company, or if your job is to notice my videos and send me some money. Great job. I mean, not yet, but that's a great job that you have. Um, your mission is what I said a second ago, is to create this amazing treat. Uh, So every choice that you're being put in a position, someone hired you to do that role because they saw the characteristics and the traits in you as the person sends me money. They said that person's traits fits this role. Now let's find more people that's traits fit different parts of the mission and then align everyone together toward the mission. So it's important to remember that that same thing exists. I hope that I'm not getting too confusing here, but that same thing exists inside of you. Oh, like for example, the writing thing that I was even doing here earlier was, or yesterday, on the iPad that I'm recording this on, it has a case that had a keyboard attached to it. I said this in the short video. I started to. There was a person in me that wanted to write that was like, I had some thoughts in my mind that led us here. Very important. Look how the organization has moved forward because the boss made a decision to remove friction from this person that I'm going to explain to you. This writer was like, I got some things in my mind. I got to get out. I want to write this out. And then I was like, I don't really have a way to do it. It's a lot. I don't, and 6 in the morning, I'm not going to record. I'm not going to text it to myself. If I had a laptop right here, it'd be very convenient, but I don't. I don't want to go turn on the computer. There's too much friction. I'm just not going to do it. And maybe I'll remember later. But if you're like me, you often forget a lot of these good things, like dreams. Sometimes you're like, oh, that's a good. Anyway, um, then this boss stepped in and said, that thing that's right there, it has a keyboard attachment to it. Just, it was like, first it said, no, 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 we can break through friction. It made that decision of going, that's not what we do. Let's find a solution. Is there a solution? An easy one? Let's find it. Let's go one step further than no. Um, Even that little tiny step, um, it's like in running too. I think about this. If I set myself a goal, like I'm gonna run to do this, there's no stopping. You can slow down, but you cannot stop. So this is the thing. Like you can go forward very slowly, but there is no not going forward. Um, because you're going forward, time doesn't stop for you. It's just a matter of what direction are you going. So, speaking of direction, I was directed by the boss to remove the friction from the writer by going, oh, we need to find you something to get these thoughts out right now. Turned out there was a keyboard thing, typed out the thoughts, and it became all of this. That's valuable. All of this is valuable because as the leader of this organization, I made a decision to remove friction from one of my employees. Me, one of the parts of myself that I've noticed can do a thing that is good for the whole. But that part also is inclined to just kind of maybe be lazy and go, whatever, because that's not what it does. It does this. And so you have to recognize the traits of the different employees that you've hired because you hired them and you've trained them and they're part of the team and that's why you hired them. So now it's like, how do we use the traits of my employees that I'm noticing I've hired over the last however many years that I've been in business? And now, how do we make sure everyone is realigned to the mission? And how do I use them to the best of their abilities and balance them? First, it's noticing them, and good freaking luck. This is me talking to me. Whew. Uh, and then it's you know employee experience. It's taking care of them, providing them what they need to thrive, and removing the friction so that they can do what they do that moves everything forward. Because they're going to do their thing either way, and it's going to have an effect on the organization. Anyways, I think I've kind of gotten a lot of this out. Checking to see if there's anything other kind of things that I missed that are really important to talk about here. Oh, you know, it was an interesting thing too. Well, maybe I can talk about that later. Yeah, maybe I'll say that for later. Point is, you get to be the boss. You get to wear the pants. Uh, and I'm so glad that you joined me. All of Maze. We're still figuring us out for tonight's pants. Um, this is cool. What kind of pants you got on? We're not doing that. I mean, we're doing that, but we're not doing that. In conclusion, I guess that's it. You know, I like I said earlier, I'm not going to pretend to know more than I do. And right now, all that I know is I'm realizing sarcastically I'm in charge. I mean, that's enough. This is going to be long. So now I got to go put this into the hands of the editor, which is me, put on my editing pants. And um yeah, I don't know. I mean, tell me your thoughts. I don't have necessarily like a question for you here. I'm sharing things that I notice. Until next time, this has been Sunday. Sunday Night Pants.